Welcome to Lesson 15 in our Level S vocabulary series. Today's words focus on behavior, control, emotion, and personal character, ideas that often come up in essays, history passages, and moral arguments. We'll continue using key phrases to help you lock each word into long-term memory. Let's get started. First up is advocate, and our phrase is Lincoln advocated freedom of the slaves. To advocate means to publicly support or speak in favor of something. When we say Lincoln advocated freedom, we mean he stood for it, spoke about it, and worked toward it. This word can be used as a verb or a noun. As a verb, you might hear, she advocates for animal rights, or doctors often advocate healthy eating. As a noun, someone might say, he's a strong advocate for education reform. Next is blighted, and the phrase is blighted by the storm. Blighted describes something that has been damaged, ruined, or destroyed, often suddenly. In this case, we imagine crops or homes blighted by the storm, damaged beyond repair. The word originally referred to disease, especially in plants, but it's now used more broadly. Other examples include, the abandoned buildings were blighted and decaying, or his career was blighted by scandal. Now we have deprecate, and the phrase is, the teacher deprecated the use of slang. To deprecate something means to disapprove of it, especially in a polite or formal way. So when a teacher deprecates slang, they're saying, that's not appropriate in this setting. This word often appears in essays or formal writing. You might hear, he deprecated the use of violence in protest, or she deprecated her own role in the project, which can also mean she spoke modestly about herself. Next is emulate, with the phrase emulate the tutor. To emulate means to imitate someone out of respect or admiration, often with the goal of matching or surpassing them. If you emulate the tutor, you're trying to learn from their example, maybe copying their study habits or the way they explain things. Other examples. He tried to emulate his older brother's success, or young artists often emulate the masters when developing their style. Now let's look at glutton, and the phrase is, gluttony is a deadly sin. A glutton is someone who eats too much, often to an extreme. Gluttony, the related noun, is considered one of the traditional 7 deadly sins. It's not just about eating, though. Someone can be a glutton for punishment, meaning they take on more hardship than necessary. You might hear, he's a glutton who never stops snacking, or she's a glutton for drama, meaning she constantly seeks it out. Next is inert, and our phrase is remain inert in bed. Inert means lacking the power to move or act. In this phrase, someone might be physically lying still, perhaps exhausted or unwilling to get up. In science, an inert substance doesn't react chemically, so the word can also imply passivity or inactivity. Examples include, the body lay inert on the ground, or he remained inert, unwilling to join the discussion. Let's move on to mitigate, with the phrase mitigate his anger. To mitigate something means to make it less severe or intense. If you mitigate someone's anger, you're calming them down, maybe by apologizing, explaining, or offering a solution. It's often used in legal or formal writing. The lawyer tried to mitigate the damage to her client's reputation. Or, rainfall helped mitigate the effects of the drought. Now we have predator, and the phrase is predators of the jungle. A predator is an animal that hunts and eats other animals. In the jungle, predators include tigers, snakes, and large cats. But the word can also be used to describe people, someone who preys on others in a harmful or manipulative way. You might hear sharks are top predators in the ocean, or the documentary showed how predators stalk their prey. Next is restraint, and the phrase is show some restraint. Restraint means self-control, especially when it comes to emotions, actions, or desires. If someone tells you to show restraint, they're saying, hold back, don't overreact or go too far. It can also mean physical control, like restraints used to hold something in place. Examples: he showed great restraint during the argument, or she exercised restraint and didn't respond to the insult. And our final word is temper, with the phrase temper your temper. Yes, the word temper appears twice here, but with different meanings. As a verb, temper means to moderate, soften, or tone something down. So temper your temper means control your anger. Don't let it get out of hand. You could also say, she tempered her criticism with kindness, meaning she softened it. Or, the steel was tempered to increase strength. which refers to a literal process of making metal stronger. That wraps up Lesson 15. Many of today's words deal with self-control, expression, and influence, key themes in writing and argument analysis. Keep reviewing the anchor phrases, try speaking them aloud, and apply each word in a sentence of your own. You're building a powerful vocabulary. Keep it up, and I'll see you in Lesson 16.